Hello everyone and welcome to episode 1 of Fitness, Food and Fatherhood. In this series we're going to be talking about our own experiences with the above 3. We're going to be talking about client success stories and pretty much everything else, covering common topics that we hear every week. And if you guys have any questions throughout this series, feel free to let us know and we will cover them in this series. So,
hello Adam.
I'm going to kick this off. What does fitness mean to you?
I've got a great answer for this, Adam, if I do say so myself. Fitness to me means living the life you want to live without any real struggle, and that means wearing the clothes that you want to wear, doing the hobbies that you want to do, being able to play with your children, having a decent markers of health. So it doesn't necessarily mean having a six-pack, for example, or being able to do 100 pull-ups. It matters that you're
100 pull-ups.
What?
100.
What, you guys can't do 100 pull-ups?
No.
Amateurs.
Let's code Q and B-roll.
Norcomside.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maybe in 3 months.
Yeah.
We've actually got a recent video that you could look at to practice your first pull-up.
Go and check that out now. We're going to have our editing guy, Tommy, put the link up here. He doesn't exist. But yeah, essentially being able to live your life the way you want it with minimal struggle.
Nice.
Thanks. I told you it was good.
What does food mean to you?
Oh, a lot. A lot. As a self-confessed foodie.
Right, what is a foodie, by the way? Because everyone fucking eats. I don't get that.
Yeah.
So everyone says that all the time, like, I'm a foodie, so I don't know how dieting's going to work.
Yeah.
We're all
Eat less foodies.
Yeah, I really like food.
Eat foodie, eat less foodies.
Eat less foodies.
Yeah. Maybe we should change the name of the podcast to Fitness Foodies.
No.
Father.
No, it's
Okay.
not. No.
Just joking, guys.
Just like that.
But yeah, no, I like that, because then some people are also like, the problem is I've got a sweet tooth. I'm like, what, you mean you like sweet stuff?
Yeah.
That's us, that's
Like you eat-
everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
I think that's making it into more of a thing that it really needs to be.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think that's one of the big things that holds people back from achieving results that they want. They hold on to this identity that they've created for themselves that they feel like they struggle to let go of.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll eat 5,000 calories by 1 PM and not even blink.
Yeah, I could easily do that. There's been days where I've eaten
could tell.
4,000 calories. Yeah, for sure.
Told you.
4,000 or 5,000.
I am blinking.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Yeah, but food means a lot to me.
And what about fatherhood?
Everything. Everything.
More than food?
100%.
Ah,
100%. Kidding me? Of course.
of course I was kidding.
Yeah.
Fatherhood should have been first in the 3, but it's a mouthful.
It's the longest, yeah.
I'm new to this stuff at the moment.
Yeah, newbie dad.
Maybe did.
Newbie dad.
I've been with food a lot longer, so.
How long? How old was
I've been with food a lot longer. My relationship with food is much better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How old's your son now?
A month and a few days.
Yeah. So a little bit of background. Your daughter's nearly 3, right?
She'll be approaching 3 in June, and our expected baby will also be arriving in June. 3 years apart.
3 and a newborn on the way. Month-old son. Nearly 15-year-old daughter. 5-year-old son and 3-year-old son. So yeah, any parenting questions, ask away.
Fatherhood questions.
Yeah.
So we have quite a lot of experience over a combined over 20 plus years in coaching clients, and we also have varying degrees of experience in fatherhood as well, ranging from 15 years to newborn.
15 minutes.
So a lot of that experience is great for us to coach the clients that we work with. We predominantly work with parents over 30, and which essentially is us, right?
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing, right? A lot of people will use parenthood, fatherhood as an excuse for not being in decent shape. Now, some of that can be from their own ideas of what fitness is supposed to be,
Yep.
and how much training they're supposed to be doing, because they're comparing themselves to someone like The Rock on Instagram who's in the gym 7 days a week.
Or their
eating
previous
6 meals a
self.
day. Or their
Yeah,
previous
yeah.
self, what they were doing, at college or whatever, when they were really on it. They're comparing it to that standard, not knowing that they can do a lot less and get fantastic results. And that's really the catalyst for this podcast. Catalyst.
I'm not used in the
I am coming out with the big words.
not when used in the right.
I've used that. No, I've used that in the right sense, haven't I?
He has used it in the right context, yeah.
The
Yeah, but he's now
catalyst.
doubting it.
No, I haven't. No. I was going to say antithesis, but I think it's catalyst.
It's catalyst, yeah.
So,
We'd have to be getting Tommy back to edit that out.
end of episode 1.
Okay.
Nice.
Billy should do some talking. I've talked loads, so Billy.
Didn't get a chance.
Billy,
Yes.
what does fitness mean to you?
Very different to probably this time last year, and I
Last
think
week.
that's
Last month. Yeah. Pre-sun.
Sorry, carry on.
that's right. Finished.
Yeah. Carry on.
But yeah, I think that's exactly right. And what to touch on what I said about your goals changing and not comparing yourself to previous versions of your own self. Previously, it would have been trying to be as strong as I can do. A lot of it is for your own sort of aesthetic, like looking at yourself and thinking, I want to be in decent shape. There's a reality of it now that you can't commit to that certain level of training and discipline with food, because sometimes your meals you're just getting in when you absolutely can. Your sleep deprivation is just not realistic. So at the moment, my fitness means to me is just a case of maintaining a certain level of training that I can stay active and I can get home from doing sessions and doing my work and not just wanting to sit on the sofa and feel sorry for myself. It's giving a partner a chance to actually enjoy some time for herself, me pick up any jobs that need doing the dinner if needs be, and not just feeling drained all the time. This will then develop as months go on into further goals. But
Love it.
He's a modern man.
Modern man. Modern day man.
Yeah, he's doing the dinners. He's doing the washing. Modern man.
I'm sleeping in the shed. Yeah.
Nice. There's a lot of, I think, I've seen a massive uprising, maybe because it's who I am as well, but there's a lot of dad coaches on Instagram who are saying things like, I used to train to look good, and now I train to, be around for my kids and all that. And for me,
I want to look good.
yeah, for me, I want to
100%.
look good. A lot of it's vanity. Yeah, a lot of it's vanity. I want to walk into the bedroom after a shower, and I want my wife to notice. Yeah, a lot of it's vanity. Yeah, if I die, I die.
I'd notice.
You'd notice. Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with that goal. I think as
You
well.
don't want to look like a tin of beans in a sock, do you? You just like
No, you don't want to look like a bag filled with soup.
No,
it's not a good.
that's
look.
not. What's that going to do for your own mental health and your relationship with your partner?
Massive
Exactly.
confidence and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of guys downplay that. A lot of guys will say, "Oh, I don't really
It's
care,"
the
but they
dad bod,
do.
isn't it? That
They do.
people have fashionised it by saying now a dad bod. Dad bod, for most people, that means you've just got lazy.
Yeah.
It's not to say that you can't be happy being not in the shape that you
of course,
want,
yeah.
but it's not to say that you don't want to be
Yes,
better, because I think everyone does.
I would
want to
assume
be
there's a
better.
high correlation between people that have got low energy levels and people who have let their training and nutrition slip.
Yeah, for sure.
Which, if you've got young kids, your energy levels need to be on point.
Yeah, and I can speak first hand to that. At the back end of last year, I broke my hand, couldn't train properly for about 6 weeks, and then coming back into training, it's been a really slow process of actually getting back to where I was. It's not like I could come back in and just start back up. Like, holding an empty bar in my hand was near on impossible, and with that, a little bit of I can't really be bothered then. The nutrition habits started slipping a little bit, and before you know it, I looked in the mirror and I was like, I am 10 pounds heavier than I was before I broke my hand. And it has massively impacted my confidence being on video. Obviously not much now. I mean, check me out saying big words like catalyst.
Catalyst.
But before that, early January, December, doing my own content, I wore a shirt out for dinner with my wife and I was constantly pulling on it, and I was like, I don't feel great at all. Energy levels were trash. So it had a massive impact on all of that stuff. And I know for me, I am better overall as a husband, a dad, a coach, just me generally, when I'm looking more myself. And a lot of that is to do with, good nutrition habits and training. So I think maybe by the end of this episode, we should kind of outline what a decent sort of training week might look like for a dad who doesn't want to be in the gym, or a parent, I guess, who doesn't want to be in the gym every single day, and that's their idea of, maybe we do nutrition in a different one or something.
Yeah, sure.
But maybe the training,
Nice.
What about you anyway? We didn't really you kind of hosted this thing and didn't really get the questions. Before we move on to what training would be, what does fitness mean to you?
So we actually had this conversation a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? And I've actually thought about it since then, because in that conversation previously, and we've touched on it a little bit here, that training through various stages of your life is going to look like different things. But if I look at how I've trained and the reasons why I've trained for my whole life since training and since being into fitness, I think it comes down to just a few things that are very consistent. Number one is I want to train and eat well and live a healthy lifestyle because of the way it makes me feel. Not just for how I look. There has been times when I've trained very intentionally for how I've looked, but it's not always been the main goal. I have always wanted to perform really well, and I've always wanted to focus on increasing and improving my energy levels. That's part of the performance aspect. But there's another element that I'm really interested in, and this is the bit I reflected on since that conversation, is I've always been interested in the education side of things as well. So I've always been interested in learning various different ways of doing things. So a lot of the diets and training that I've done previously to achieve a certain goal, like photo shoots for example, has always been with the intention of educating myself on how it's done and what's the result going to be through the process, trial and error. Not to actually have the goal of being aesthetically looking better, but it's been about education. I wanted to learn the process. I wanted to go through an aggressive diet. I wanted to go through a photo shoot because I wanted to experience it, because I could then have more experience to coach clients through it. And so there's been an element of education, being able to perform at my absolute best through everything that I do. And that's even more now since becoming a dad, that I've noticed periods of time since becoming a dad that energy's been really low, nutrition's not been on point, training's been a bit hit and miss. And whenever I've got myself back to performing at my best, all of those things have then improved. Again, like you just said, I'm a better husband, I'm a better dad, I'm a better business owner, coach. All of these things improve. So there's a few things. For me, it's about how I feel, it's about performing at my best, and the education element as well. That's what kind of fitness means to me.
I got two questions off the back of that.
Yeah.
When you were getting ready for the shoot, how long was that prep?
It was meant to be 8 weeks, but I actually had a holiday 6 weeks, so the photo shoot was at 5.5 weeks. So it was only a 5.5 week period.
Okay. And how many times were you training for that?
4 days a week.
4 days a week. And now to kind of maintain and stay in decent shape, how often are you training?
3 days.
And that's probably about right for the goal you're at now.
3 days a week. I have been training for 3 days a week consistently for the last, I think, about 5 years.
Yeah, you tried a 4 day a week program recently, didn't you?
It lasted 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. That just that extra workout is sometimes
it just tipped me over the edge. And if you relay back to what the reasons why I wanted to train and live a healthy lifestyle, was because I wanted to have more energy. I wanted to perform at my best. That extra one session, even though I wanted to do it because it makes me feel good, it was having a negative impact on other areas of my life.
Yeah.
I was feeling more tired, it was taking me a lot to recover from, I wasn't then performing at my best, it was having an impact on time. So yeah, there's various different things. And a lot of people say to me, and they probably say the same thing to you, like, you live in the gym, you have the opportunity to train every day.
Of course, yeah.
We do have the opportunity to train every day, of course we do, but it doesn't mean that we should.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people have got gyms in their office now, and they don't train every day.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they
Well,
should.
a lot of people have half hour where they could go and do something every day. We all have the, again, I'm not going to go into one of those cringy comments, but
We've all got the same 24
we've got
hours.
the same 24, because that is bullshit. But yes, we've got the easy access to equipment, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. So I think that leads quite nicely to what an example of a 3-day program? Because you train 3 days a week.
I train 3 days a week.
You train 3 days on average?
Yeah.
3 days a week?
Yeah.
Well, now.
Now, definitely. Yeah, like I say, it wasn't before, but that's had to change.
Yeah, for sure. So, what does a typical 3-day program look like to you, and what would be the best principles you would stick to if you were to try and cover a 3-day-a-week program?
So, speaking mainly to dads, I suppose, the 2 best sort of training systems that I've had the most sort of success and decent feedback with would be a full body routine. Say there's 5 exercises per workout, 3 for upper body, 2 for lower body would be like, you know, a decent kind of method, because a lot of guys don't really like training lower body.
They don't like training what they don't like training.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of guys want to train, you know, arms, chest, shoulders, you know, t-shirt muscles. So saying, look, you're going to do, you know, chest and shoulders and an arm movement on this day, but you're also going to do 1 leg movement, is a bit like, okay, cool, it's not a whole leg day. But the other one would be upper, lower, upper. So 2 upper body days, so Monday and Friday, and then a lower body day on, say, the Wednesday.
That's what I'm doing at the moment.
That's what you're doing, yeah. That's what, you know, I've run before as well. And, you know, those 2 upper body days, bookending the week, like, gets you in the gym. Starting the week off, I'm gonna, you know, hit chest and gonna do some back and arms and shoulders, get a good pump. And legs, it's like, okay, I don't mind legs, but it's like 1 day and it's ticked. And the Friday, end of the week, you know, lots of arm stuff and everything like that, going into the weekend with a little bit of a pump. I find that most guys can be kind of consistent with that. And, you know, with 5 decent movements, 6 at the most, in a workout, you can get that done at a high level of effort, a high level of intensity.
45, 50 minutes?
45 minutes to an hour tops,
Yeah.
if you include warm-ups. That's, you know,
Depending on time you go, if it's a bit of a busier gym, then yeah, you give yourself. But you want the workout to be about 40 minutes.
yeah, that's 2.5, 3 hours a week. Right?
You're allocating like another 50% on top of that to like be stuck with waiting for equipment or
Exactly.
needs whatever your needs is. So
Yeah, perfect. So, like, for those watching, if you got this far, if you want a free copy of a workout and training program, just comment in the comment section below this video, and we'll send one straight to you for free.
I'll do it for you.
See you in episode 2, guys. Thanks for watching.